Hey everybody, welcome back. Hope that you're enjoying the series so far, and I hope I'm able to pass some knowledge on to you. For those that are sticking with me, thank you so much. It's really hopefully going to be a lot of fun for us. So once again, this is Black Dog, aka Nick's dad, and we're going through the tutorial pack and kind of working through some tips and tricks and getting used to some of the most common mods that are available um, in the mod packs these days. Uh, Once again, I will hopefully try to remember to post a link on where you can download the Curse launcher and download this pack if you're interested in trying it for yourself. And if you have any questions or comments, definitely let me know, and we'll try to work through this and hopefully have some fun together. And let's get right after it, shall we? Alright, so as you can see, I have not really done anything since the last episode. And we're basically just going through the quest book and working our way through these different mods, alright? In the first couple episodes, we kind of went over how to use the quest book, how to use, the hardcore questing systems that are part of the questing mods and so forth, and discuss some of the basics. So I'm not going to try, at least I'm going to try not to go back over the same information again. For those of you that have maybe had some questions or comments in the first couple episodes, I'm recording these back to back, so haven't seen your comments yet. But as they pop up, I'll try to address them directly or in later videos. But otherwise, let's get right after it. So the next bit in here is to make an axe and make a sword, and these are the basic vanilla weapons. Now, this is something that I talked about earlier, in that, remember how we went over in the previous video, and I think it was in the second video, the NEI system and how it has all the recipes and how to make things, right? So when you're in the quest book here, say for example, for this wooden sword, I can mouse over it and I can hit the R key, and that's telling it that I want to see the recipe for this. And it's not going to work. Why is it not going to work? Okay, apparently that's disabled in this one. So, never mind. Well, no, I will talk about it. In some of the quest books, especially in the newer mod packs, whereas HQM has been updated and so forth, or maybe this has just been disabled, you can hit your R key to see a recipe for something, and it'll bring up the item in NEI, that little recipe block thing that comes up when you open your inventory. I don't know why it's not in this one, but no big deal. But it does give you something, especially if it's something that's a complex build as part of some of these mod packs. It's a good idea to see, you can, it's like, oh, it's just a stupid sword, but you click on it and realize, oh, this particular sword is made with thaumium ingots, which I'm nowhere close to being able to make. So it's a good way to take a quick look to see if is this something I can make quickly and get through this quest, or is it something that I've got to do a lot of other stuff first. If you remember earlier, I was looking in here and I could choose to either build the crafting table or the chest, and I knew that I needed the crafting table to make the chest. So it's a good way, if you don't know the recipes, you can go into some of these things and look at the recipe to actually make it. Unfortunately, in this particular pack, that function isn't working, and whether it's because this is a slightly older pack, or this version of HQM doesn't have that function, or it isn't an up-to-date enough mod to actually have that, I don't know. But yeah, just know that in some packs you're going to have a tool where you can click on the R key and it will bring up the recipe for that item and how to make it. It'll close your quest book, open up an inventory, and open up the recipe for that item. All right, but that's not in this one. So sorry about that, but at least there's some information out there on the fact that that exists in some packs, and it's a really good utility. I wish it was here, but yeah. So we got to make an axe in this one and a sword in this one, and they're the basic Minecraft ones. They're not part of a mod pack per se. So I do have wood, so we can do this. All right, so we want the axe, or the sword first. So let's make the sword, and that's like that. And once again, I could click up in here, and I could bring up wooden sword, and I could find the recipe for it that way, and preload everything into and all of that, like we talked about in the last episode. But I know this recipe, and I think anybody that's played Minecraft at all is at least somewhat familiar with this recipe. So that's how it is, okay? So I got the sword. And since I'm right here, I'm going to go ahead and do the other quest, which is to make the axe. And for that, I need that recipe right there. And that gives me the wooden axe. All right. And this also gives us a chance to illustrate that these quests are not, like, this one falls behind this one. So I would have had to make this first before I could do this one. But these two are on different strings, so they would have completed separately. Alright, so I completed the sword, got these items, claimed the reward, and there it is. Alright, now I'll go into here. Now see, it gave me credit for the axe that I made, even though I was doing two quests at the same time. It gave me credit for this one too, but this one also wants me to make a wooden shovel. So, back into the book. Or back into the quest or crafting table. Wow. And for that, I'm going to need some more sticks. And once again, like I said, if you're unfamiliar with some of these recipes, you can use NEI to find them. But I am familiar with them, and they're the basic Minecraft recipes. So I'm not going to go through how to find all of that again. Okay. And now we want the wooden pickaxe, of course. All right. So here's the other thing too. If you'll see that I turn away every time. If you click on the crafting table, even with the quest book in your hand, it opens the crafting table. So I'm just kind of like being out here, just looking at something that I can't physically interact with, and it doesn't have a user interface, and then I can open the quest book. So that's all that is. One more wood here, and that'll give me I'm going to pass this on to you too while I'm thinking about it. Okay, so little tips and tricks for Minecraft. All right, if you're trying to make a pattern with something and so forth, if I left click and hold the items, I can drag across and it will fill the squares as I go, right? If I have things that are in an inventory slot and I double click, like quick click on it, it will pull up all the items that are in there. So it's a good way to clear a square that you're working in if you realize you made a mistake, or to pull the excess items back after. If I left click and hold and drag across, it will spread the stack of items that I have as evenly as it can across however many squares that I drag across. Like for example, I have 6 items, so if I drag them across here, I have 5 in here, and I have the one more left in my hand, right? So that's a neat little trick that I found out. Again, most people will know this. I didn't find this out until long after I'd been playing and was like, hey, that's cool. So there's that. So sometimes you'll see that I'm making recipes and I'm just dropping stuff in here, and I'm not like super fast clicking on the mouse or anything to drop an item in there. I'm actually just dragging and depositing as it goes. All right. And especially if you're making like multiples of the same item, you can put like, you know, three each in here and three each down here, and that will give me the capacity to make 3 pickaxes. And then I can just click these out, as a stack. Or I could just fill all of this up with, boom, put everything in there real quick, and then I can just pull 1 pickaxe out, and then I can re-pick up any excess items that I have. So it's just a quick way to build your recipes. So yeah, that's how that works. Alright, so I got all of those, and no reward. Wow. Okay. Excuse me. Now, we've got a killing mobs one, and I'm still in peaceful mode, so I'm not going to be messing with this just yet. Wants me to make a bow, which is fine. I don't have any arrows for it yet, so not worrying about that. Mining wants me to get 8 cobblestone. Alright. Let's put that away. Let's put this away this way. Let's bring this down. Let's bring this down. And you know what? I'm going to put this chest out here somewhere. Yeah, this is fine. And I'm just going to throw some of this excess stuff in here that I don't really need right now.